Good evening. Welcome to the March 2nd Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call the regular meeting to order and ask that you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are there any additions to the agenda this evening?
I think maybe under old business, we have a joint meeting with Clark for, we have another meeting after this. But I think at some point we need to make sure we know what we're gonna do when we go into that meeting. I think we do, but I just, maybe at the next meeting, we don't have to talk about it tonight.
Okay.
But maybe at the next meeting, we should kind of talk about that and have our game plan ready. And because there's gonna be a bunch of neighbors there, I know. Bridget's already called me, and there's gonna be a bunch of people there. So.
Okay. We'll place that on the agenda for the next meeting.
Thank you. I could have done that under a roundtable, I guess. Thank you. I don't think.
We'll need to read and approve, post as necessary, the minutes of the February 15th regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Correspondence this evening, I didn't see any.
I didn't see any.
Okay. Citizen communication. Any citizens viewing tonight's meeting over YouTube, there is a feature to communicate directly with the board using the chat box. That will be monitored throughout this evening's meeting, and the board will be available to answer any questions that may pop up.
He's got that down, doesn't he?
Committee reports. Health and safety report. Chief Russell.
Yeah, health and safety report should be in your board packet. We were able to meet February 24th, a fairly light agenda. We had a firefighter with experienced some knee pain after lifting a patient. There was a little bit of time lost from that one, but the member is back to work fully now. Then we also just had some leg pain written up after a fall through a floor, a kind of punch through a floor during mop-up phase or overhaul. And then kind of from the shift reports, we were experiencing some issues with mask fit with these new SCBA masks we have. They have just a different type of seal that we're not quite used to. It has a bone mic technology. I don't know if you guys have seen those SCBA masks, but we have some members just experiencing some problems. So we're pushing those to the SCBA group, and they have some good solutions there. We were able to talk to manufacturers rep and get some good solutions. So on our way to resolving all of those issues, I believe. And that is the end of my report.
Great. Thank you. Let's see. Risk management group.
We have a meeting on April 6th. I want to thank the chief for accommodating the 0900 start time. It looks like everybody was in agreement.
Yes.
So thank you.
All right, April 6th. Fairgrounds.
Next week.
Next week. Okay.
And Commissioner Pfeiffer, normally parade is on that list. We took it off during COVID, but if you want to add that back on.
Yeah, you bet. That sounds great to
And
add
Commissioner
that.
Lossbeck or Chief Russell could give you an update.
Yeah, my question is, we had that banner that they put in the front of the Holly Bird. Is that getting updated?
We will.
It is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Just this guy, he's all over it. And the Holly Bird's running so Rocky can drive, right?
Is it running?
Are you checked out?
I can drive a double clutch. Yeah.
It's, we're replacing the radiator right now.
Good.
It will be ready
Okay.
by
May 21.
Where is it? Is it here?
It,
151?
I think it's at 151, and Brad took the radiator to the remanufacturing
Okay.
place.
That's been a long time.
We can get checked off on it here pretty quick then.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else with the parade?
May 21st.
May 21st.
Saturday.
Yep.
I don't know, hopefully you guys aren't on shift.
Okay. All righty. Moving on to the consent agenda.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chief's report.
So the first in the Chief's report is the personnel action report. We had volunteer Trevor Fleshman resigned after 8 years of volunteering with District 6. And then we have a number of March 1st anniversaries. Battalion Chief Kevin Todd with 29 years of service, firefighter Bill Dunlap, 31 years of service, firefighter Matt Hollingsworth, 29 years of service, Captain Scott Talby, 29 years of service, and Tina Mensinger, 22 years of service.
Got it.
That's great. A lot of years of service there. Thank you. You can just run through the rest of the
Okay.
chief's report if you would.
Chief Newberry, did you have a facilities report tonight?
I can, yes.
Okay.
You ready for me?
Yes, we're ready.
Yeah.
All right. We are still meeting almost every Thursday, and we've sprinkled some Tuesdays in to discuss different things on the 61 remodel. As far as 61 is concerned, there's nothing new on the landscaping, mechanical, plumbing, or security. However, we met last Thursday on Teams to have a discussion about locution, which is our alerting system. And I sent that locution plan to the chief for her review. The objective with locution is to replicate the 63 system as closely as possible with just minor enhancements with some new technology. Those would include 4-line read awards instead of the single-line read awards that we currently have. Addressing some complaints, some minor complaints with volume control at 63, we're making those enhancements at 61. And we're discussing whether or not we put those alerting speakers in the admin offices. It's not an insignificant amount of money to do that, so we'll probably get the bid with an alternate to not have the speakers in the offices over there. Many of us turn those down, and if there's a call that comes in, it doesn't come over the speakers for the duration of the call anyway. We have to turn on our own portables, so it might be something that's just kind of a blast from the past that maybe we don't need and can save some money on, so we're evaluating that. Had a discussion about the electrical at 61 and some of the problems we've had at the other stations and how to avoid them. One of those things is the modern lighting fixtures. They are a panel, an entire panel. You can't just replace a bulb. So if the thing goes out, you gotta replace the entire fixture, which really is sometimes difficult, especially if those fixtures have been discontinued. We've experienced that in the truck bay. We've experienced that at Station 62. So we're looking at whether it's feasible to just go with standard fixtures, that there's LED light bulbs that can be replaced. We don't know if they're readily available or not, so we're evaluating that. Got some new interior samples for the chief to review. Station 62, we're still having those supply chain issues, although the manufacturers agreed to warranty some of the reading lights. A really good meeting with Captain Talby at 62A shift out there concerning some of the alerting problems that we've had, and so we've worked through those issues, and Dave Wireless was out today and we think has fixed those issues. So that's a good thing that happened. And then for Station 63, we're waiting for the design for the storage building out there, but we did receive the letter from Geodesigns, which are the folks that make sure that the earth works for what we need to build. And some work that the chief and Commissioner Losbeck did with a meeting with the county resulted in a considerable savings on that geotechnical design, not having to update it. So it was a simple letter coming from Geodesign, and they actually comped it. They didn't even charge us for it, so it was great.
Good job.
So
That's great, yeah.
that's all I have for you there. We have some initial drawings for the exterior of the building at 61 for the remodel that we can share with you guys if you'd like to see those. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting stuff.
When we remodeled Station 2, did we run lines out to the sidewalk in case we ever want a traffic signal?
No, we did not.
Because I was coming up the other day, I was northbound on Lakeshore, and they pulled out on the ramp with their lights and everything on, and the cars are just coming from the north, bombing around the corner. I mean, 35, 40 miles an hour, they get around the corner and all of a sudden they see them, and one person zipped by, the next person hit their brakes, and we just about had it. So I was just curious if at someday, as that area grows, probably
Yeah.
gonna have to put a traffic signal there before somebody, maybe not our guys, but somebody on the street's gonna get in a wreck trying to stop, so.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird, the shape of the road, and so the signals would have to be
I know, it's
pretty far
and
apart.
expensive, yeah.
And it's, well, man, a couple years ago when we checked, it was over $100,000 per signal, so.
I was gonna say 250, probably
It's
to do
not
it,
cheap.
but I know we're not gonna do it right now, but I was just wondering.
No, we did not put any infrastructure in there, and it, you know, would have to be run, obviously.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for the facilities report? All right. COVID-19?
So we've had almost a 50% increase in COVID the last week. There's 527 cases per 100,000 in Clark County.
Increase?
Decrease.
Oh, decrease, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like, wait a second.
we're going down.
I
We're
thought
going
COVID
right
ended
way.
on the 12th. Okay, all right.
It's gone.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Let's see. Old business, water tender agreement.
So we did the water tender agreement with Clark Fur. That's in motion with the run cards updated. Chief Russell has scheduled testing for the water tender the end of March. Once that testing is completed, then we'll start a media campaign with our residents out in those areas that are affected and let them know that they can contact our insurance and try to get a re-rate.
Not to put you on the spot, do you know offhand number of residents you think are impacted by that?
It's just about 100
Okay.
and about a $500 savings annually.
Okay, wow, so
Per
really
household.
significant. Have there been any responses with the updated dispatch, including the tenders yet? Okay, great. Thank you. Personnel hiring.
So we just completed our hiring process. We gave out 10 conditional job offers. We're hopeful that all of them pass the next steps of the process, which are background, medical, and psych evaluations. But I just wanted to thank the board for allowing us to increase that number. We saw a number of good candidates, and there's departments all over testing right now, so competition's pretty tough. And we anticipate that those will fill future vacancies that we have.
Great.
Very good.
You should note that, just for the auditor, that you did contact each of us.
Yes, and I did contact each board member individually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's for the auditor.
Thank you. Moving on, new business, EMS levy renewal.
So at the January 4th meeting, the board passed a motion to move forward with the EMS levy. However, you did not say at what rate, so I just didn't know if you wanted to have discussion on that tonight. There will be a press release going out that we're considering it, and that the motion to move forward with that will be at the next meeting, and that will be open to the public as normal.
I move we set the EMS levy rate at our current rate of 45 cents.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you know where we are right? We at 37, 38 cents?
We're at 34, so it'll be an 11-cent
11 cent
increase.
bump.
We were at 37 in 2021, and we dropped to 34 this year.
So 11 cents.
11 cents.
Okay, I think the public would probably support that. In today's paper, the District 5
I saw that.
is going to put
Look at
theirs
this.
on.
A bunch of old guys reading the
Yeah,
paper.
read-
On mine.
Oh, I read the paper.
Has Clarkford decided if they're going to run at what rate, do you know?
I am not sure. I haven't heard.
I know they were debating between 45 and 50. And after the schools didn't pass, they're going to have to work pretty hard on that one, I think. But good, hopefully they can. And your work group is, did anything from the other commissioners at this point?
I don't think so. We met once before last meeting, and I don't think that at this point, but good. Perfect. Alrighty. Executive session. I didn't see any need for that this evening. Okay. Roundtable. Good to the order.
I've got nothing.
I'd just like to take a moment to thank the chiefs and the administration for the bump in total number of peer support folks. I saw an email here recently about increasing those numbers, and I think that's really beneficial. It adds a lot of value, and you had a lot of great folks on that list, so I think that's good work.
Our new employee assistance program folks, are they working out well? They've been on board, what, a couple months?
No, we just went on board, well, January 1st, so yeah, it has been a couple
Okay.
months, sorry.
Seems okay?
I haven't heard any complaints, but I'm not sure that anybody's utilized them yet either. But they did come out and do a department-wide training for
Right.
everybody, so it's nice.
Excellent, so we have some support there for them, so that's good.
One of the things on good of the order that I wanted to ask the board about is how we felt about the open house. It's usually the first weekend in June. You know, the mask mandate's being lifted, still a lot of people coming into our facilities, but yeah, we'll push forward with it. That's what the board desires.
Okay.
That would be my desire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're
If you're ready,
uncomfortable.
if you're ready for it.
It's pretty much outside with truck bay doors open, and if somebody's uncomfortable, they can certainly wear a mask, but just see if we can rally all the folks that normally provide tables and stuff like that.
Sounds good. First weekend in June.
First weekend in June.
Perfect weekend. Anything else? Okay. With that, we'll need to authorize payment of current bills, pre-authorization transmittal, authorize monthly commissioner compensation.
So moved, second.
Oh, there we go.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned.
I thought you'd make it by 6:15, you're a minute over because I talked, I'm sorry.